Welcome to Better Balance in 15. I'm your instructor, Dr. Sandra, and today we're going to be participating in a program that is going to support the 12 Weeks to Better Balance program that you may be participating in. Research shows that participating in moderate to highly challenging balance exercises 3 times a week for 30 to 45 minutes can significantly improve your balance. What you'll need for today's class is a sturdy chair to sit on, something sturdy to hold on to when we stand up, and feel free to take your shoes and socks off to increase proprioception, or the ability to sense your awareness in space, which will also increase your balance. We'll go ahead and begin with a warm-up. And I just want to make sure that you don't do anything that is going to cause you any pain. I want you to always feel safe, and most importantly, I want you to have fun. So with that said, let's go ahead and raise the feet up and then come back down. As you do this, we're strengthening the front of the leg muscles and we're stretching the calves, the back of the leg muscle. If you can do this while sitting away from the back of the chair, this will help to engage your core muscles, which will improve your balance. So sit tall, pull your chin back, and just lift and lower the feet. So you'll do that about 10 times. Then we're going to bring the feet back just a little bit and lift the heels up. So you're coming back onto your toes. Now I have my hands in my lap because when I hold onto a chair, I'm using my arms to support instead of just my core. So if you can, put your hands in your lap as well. Nice, slow, deep breaths, and keep pulling your head back to relax your neck and shoulders. Next, we're going to extend the leg and then bend it back. So we're straightening the knee and bending the knee. We're trying to get as much range of motion as we can in that knee. So straighten the knee and draw it back. To feel a stretch in your calf, draw the toes back towards you as you extend your knee, as you extend your leg. Let's do the left side. So as with everything, start slow, nice and easy, and you can gradually work yourself up to more repetitions. Good. Next, we're just going to circle the ankle. So you can lift your knee up or you can extend it, and we're going to circle the ankle nice and slow. So bent will be a little easier because you won't be engaging your quadricep muscle. This will be a little more challenging. Let's go the other direction. And we'll switch feet. So either bent or extended, circling that ankle. Try to keep the hip and the knee stable. So just move the foot and ankle. Try not to move the leg with it. And relax. Next, we're going to do marching. So sitting up nice and tall, try not to fall back in your chair. We're going to raise the knees up, alternating right and left. Sitting up nice and tall, never holding your breath, taking some nice deep breaths. And if you want, you can touch the opposite knee and add a little twist here for your core. And finally, we're going to practice standing up and sitting back down. If you don't feel comfortable standing up all the way, you can simply lift your bottom off the chair and come back down. So I'm just pushing into the chair with my hands. If you have a chair with arm rests, you can push into the chair arm rests as well. If you feel comfortable, you can stand up all the way and then slowly sit down. These chair stands are one of the best ways to strengthen your legs and improve your balance. As you get stronger, you might be able to cross your arms over your chest or even bring your hands behind your head. But in the beginning, you might need to use your hands to push up. And just take your time. Maybe you start with 1 or 2 and gradually work up to doing 10. Good. From here, we're going to transition to standing exercises. Again, you'll need something sturdy to hold on to. It could be a chair, it could be a counter, it could be a sturdy dining room table. So we're going to do the same exercises seated that we did standing. Or, excuse me, we're going to do the same exercises standing as we did seated. So the first thing is bringing your feet hip width apart, and we're going to simply raise up on the heels and then back down. I'm going sideways so that you can see how high my heels are coming up off the ground. You might start just with a little lift, and then as these weeks progress, you'll get stronger and be able to come up higher onto your toes. Next, we're going to lift the toes up, coming onto the heels. Again, you're holding onto the chair, but as the weeks progress, I want you to challenge yourself by using less weight through your hands and supporting yourself more in your core and lower legs. Good. So I'm going to turn sideways for this next exercise, but I would like you to hold on to the chair or the bench in front of you. So this is a side step. It's really important that you are able to do lateral steps and feel comfortable stepping out to the side. So if you are new to this exercise, I want you to hold on to something in front of you. And if you have, you feel comfortable, you can try not holding on as I'm doing here. Good. We're going to turn sideways again, and we're going to go into the marching, just as we did seated. This is a little more challenging again because you're standing. Keep your abdominals pulled in and try not to bend forward as you do this. So you want to stand up nice and tall. And as the weeks progress, you'll be able to use less fingers, less hand grip. And maybe eventually no hands at all. We want to do moderately to highly challenging exercises. Good. We're going to take a break and just take a couple breaths. So stand with your feet hip width apart. Anytime you stand without holding on, you're challenging your balance. So we're just going to take a few breaths here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And notice how it feels to not hold on to a chair and stay standing. If this is easy for you, then you can try closing one or both eyes like this. And you might start to feel instability in your ankles. You might notice you start to sway a little bit. So always have your hand nearby to a support where you can grab onto it if you need to. The other thing that we can practice is bringing our feet closer together. And this is going to also decrease your base of support, making you more likely to sway. What I want you to work on is centering yourself and getting as still as possible. And you'll hold this for about 30 seconds. Taking some nice, slow, deep breaths. And again, you might need to be holding on. That's fine. So just breathing, relaxing, still having fun, going at your own pace, remembering to be safe. So I'm going to turn sideways for this next exercise so that you can see, but I would like you to have your support to the side of you. So you're just going to bring one foot directly in front of the other like you're walking on a tightrope, and you're going to try and balance evenly on both feet. This can be very challenging, so you might need to hold on more strongly than you have been. Stand tall, pull your chin back, and breathe. And work towards being as still as possible without using a lot of upper body support. So working towards not having to hold on. Okay, let's go ahead and switch legs. So I'm just going to bring the other leg in front now. And I want to make sure I'm not putting all my weight on my back leg. I want to balance the weight evenly on my front leg and my back leg. Again, stand tall and find something to focus on in front of you that will help to improve your balance. If you're feeling very steady, you can try less fingertips. But you might have to drop them back down as you sway. All right, bring your feet back to hip width apart, and now we're going to step back and come forward. Step back and come forward. So I'm actually shifting my weight back to the back leg, and I'm alternating right and left. I want you to go at your own pace, so that might be slower, that might be a little faster. In general, the slower you go, the harder it is to balance, but the more control you have. And as you progress, in a few weeks, you might be able to use less support, and maybe at the end of the program, no hands at all. If you're one of those people who can already step back without having to hold on, then your challenge might be to do so with one or both eyes closed, which is going to really challenge the exercise. So it would look something like this. My eyes are closed. We'll come back to center. And finally, we're just going to do a little tiny squat. I want you to make sure that your knees never go forward past your toes. Instead, you're going to sit back just like you're sitting into a chair. So your rear is going to go back behind you. Don't hold your breath. And try to keep your shins perpendicular to the floor. Don't let them bend forward like that. You want to keep them keep your knees right above your ankles and push your seat back. One more. Good. That's it. That's your Better Balance Program supplement. I hope that you can do these exercises at least 3 times a week, if not every day, for improved balance. If you have any questions, please call Bethany or myself at *41, and we'll see you next time.